Alright, so before we get into the video, we're going to be talking about the Chris Colbert versus Tugstad Nyambayar post-fight review. So Chris Colbert dominates Tugstad Nyambayar by a unanimous decision, and he improves to 16 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, 6 wins coming by way of knockout. So my thoughts on it, I was very impressive, Colbert. I thought it was gonna be a very competitive fight. Because Nyambayar is a very tough fighter. He does carry power, and Chris Colbert in his last fight against Arbuleta, I think, he was leaving a lot of openings against Arbuleta. You know, he was getting out of danger in that fight, but he was also getting hit by Arbuleta. So I thought that it would have been like a good fight against Nyambayar, because Nyambayar is a lot better than Arbuleta. And but I'm a bit surprised of Chris Colbert. He is definitely a lot better than I thought. He boxed beautifully in the fight. If I was you know a generous person, I would give Nyambayar 1 round. But since I'm not a sucker, I haven't given any rounds to Nyambayar. I'm actually very disappointed in Nyambayar. I thought he would have came in the fight throwing punches, but he just got destroyed and outboxed by Chris Colbert. Even though I picked Colbert to win, I didn't know that he was gonna completely outbox Nyambayar like that. So that is a tough situation for Nyambayar. So yeah, man. So anyways, on to the video. Hey, what's up, y'all? Preston from Fight Media 360 here. So this is a quick preview and prediction for Tszyu versus Steve Spark. So before we get into all this, I just want to say Steve Spark, obviously, he wasn't originally Tszyu's opponent. It was actually supposed to be Michael Zarafa, but he pulled out due to like COVID restrictions or something. Very pissed off about it, like everybody else, especially the Tszyu fans. I was actually looking forward for the fight, even though I'm not gonna watch it because I kind of can't. I was still looking forward for the fight. I was actually gonna favor Tszyu to beat Michael Zarafa. So I spilled the tea. So yeah. So anyways, let's talk about their stats and then the odds and then what they need to do to win and then my final prediction. So let's start off with Tszyu. So Tszyu comes into the fight with a record of 18 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, 14 wins coming by way of knockout. He stands at a height of 5'8.5" with a 72-inch reach. Steve Spark comes into the fight with a record of 12 wins, 1 loss, 0 draws, 11 wins coming by way of knockout, and his height and reach is unknown. Tszyu is listed as a negative 2.5K favorite over Steve Spark, which is pretty obvious. Pretty damn obvious. So, also, I don't know who the hell Steve Spark is. Never heard of him. I heard that he got power, I did watch highlights of him. He is a very aggressive fighter. Does carry some power. So he could defeat Tszyu. So I'm not going to say that Spark has absolutely no chance, because he is a good pressure fighter and he does carry power. So don't underestimate Steve Spark. He is actually a very decent fighter. One of those very underrated fighters, actually. So yeah. So now let's talk about what they need to do to win and then my final prediction. So let's start off with the very big favorite, Tszyu. So if you guys don't know, Tszyu is the son of legendary boxer Tszyu, if you guys don't know. Pretty sure you guys do know. If you guys don't know, then dang. But what I would like to see from Tszyu is like do what he does, cause Tszyu, like he's a good boxer, but the thing I don't really like about Tszyu is his footwork. He does have kind of poor footwork a bit. He can move his head and he can dodge punches, but his footwork is kind of lacking. Um, he can move his head around and stuff, so he can avoid punches, but his footwork is kind of lacking. And Tszyu is a bit slow. Sorry if I offended all you Tszyu fanboys out there, but I ain't no sucker, so I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. So that's what he really needs to do is to outbox Spark and keep him like away from you, and don't let Spark in the inside, because if you let Spark in the inside, he will put some damage on you, because he is a very good pressure fighter, and he does carry power. So that's a place that you do not want to be against Spark. So so that's what he really needs to do is box and keep at range, against Spark, box from the outside. Don't brawl with them, And then whenever Spark tries to come in, just counter punch him, And if Spark does end up like going in the inside, if he does get in the inside against Tszyu, I would really like to see Tszyu brawl with him, because Tszyu does carry a lot of power, even though I said don't brawl with them. But if there's a case where, where he just comes in and just bangs you up in the inside, like, throw with him and, land shots on him. Because, again, Tszyu, he carries a lot of power. So, he most definitely could hurt Spark badly. And I'm pretty sure he will in this fight. But, he just really needs to, just outbox Spark, and if Spark ends up getting in, like going in the inside and banging Tszyu up and pressure fighting him, throw with Spark, and then I'm pretty sure the winner in that case will be Tszyu, because Tszyu carries a lot of power. So yeah, so that's what Tszyu needs to win. So now for Steve Spark, the very big underdog. So again, what I would like to see from Steve Spark is I would like to see Spark like pressure fight Tszyu and make him very uncomfortable, because like Tszyu, he is beatable, very beatable, because again, his footwork, he doesn't necessarily have the best footwork in my opinion. So take advantage of that and then pressure fight the hell out of Tszyu and then make him again very uncomfortable. And I would really like him to rip to the body against Tszyu. And then, like, kind of make Tszyu tired, because it's been a while since Tszyu went the distance with somebody. So, make sure, bang up that body. Tire out Tszyu with the body shots. And then, once you see Tszyu tired, like, beat him up to the head. And then try to look for the stoppage. Because, in my opinion, like, I know you can disagree with me, but when I watched the highlight of Spark, like he could actually stop Tszyu. So don't be surprised if he might drop Tszyu and shock all y'all and maybe stop Tszyu. I don't know, but don't be surprised. So that's what really Spark needs to do, is to make Tszyu uncomfortable. Again, be the better pressure fighter and tear up the body against Tszyu, and then after that, again, make Tszyu tired, and then after that, go to the head and try to look for the stoppage. So that's what Steve Spark needs to do to win. So my final prediction, it's pretty obvious. I'm gonna go with Tszyu by a knockout in the earlier rounds. I would say somewhere around like round 4. I don't think he's gonna knock him out in the first round. I do think that Tszyu's going to take a bit for him to get used to Spark's pressure fighting in his type of style. You know, and Spark's power, you know. So I think it's gonna take a bit for Tszyu to get used to that, and then like around like round 3 or round 4, he's gonna really start putting on like the pressure and start beating up Spark, and then after that he's gonna knock Spark out. So yeah, so that's my final prediction. I got Tszyu by a knockout in the earlier rounds. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm Preston from Fight Media 360. Thank y'all for watching this video.